what's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you all another best class setup, and this time around I'm getting into the Remington R5. Now before I get into this class setup, if you guys do enjoy this video, please feel free to drop a like, and for those of you guys who are new to my channel, subscribe for more daily content. Let's see if you guys can help me with this video hitting 80 likes, guys. Your support means a lot to me and it always helps the channel grow, therefore I can bring you guys a lot more content. So anyways, getting into this class setup here, we have the Remington R5, and this class setup is amazing. And as you guys can see here on screen, I'll just put a little picture so you guys can see my actual KD ratio just using this class setup last night. And I was actually going against, good players. They weren't like, below average players. They're actually players that had, 2.5 KDs. Some of them even had like a 2.9 or 3.0. And I still managed to get a good KD, so therefore you already know that this is a great class setup for you guys. Now there's things that you guys have to be aware of when playing with this class setup, and obviously I'll be going ahead and discussing all of that with you guys alongside with the perks and the attachments. So getting into this class setup here, we have the Remington R5, we have the red dot sight with the extended mags. Now the reason why I put the extended mags on this class setup is because honestly the Remington R5 has such a great accuracy and it's so damn good at firing from long range, medium range, close range, that I just went ahead and put the actual extended mags because this weapon does suffer from low bullets on its magazine. If you do not put extended mags, you'll only have 24 bullets to the clip, and that's fairly minimal. So if you guys are encountering situations where you have, I would say, 2-3 players and you only have 24 bullets in your clip, then obviously you guys are going to want to wish you had extended mags. But now if you guys do not want to actually go ahead and put on extended mags, you guys can also go ahead and switch it out for a actual silencer, a suppressor, which that's what I normally do. If you guys notice all my gameplays, I'm always running around with a silenced weapon because that's just the way that I like to play. But sometimes sometimes you want to play with a weapon that is loud and powerful. So therefore I chose the Remington R5 to this class setup for you guys. Now if you guys haven't seen my other Remington R5 best class setup, I'll make sure to put a link in the description below, so make sure you guys go check that out. Now anyways, getting back into this class setup, before I get into the perks, you got to make sure that you guys are playing smart with this weapon. You got to remember that you don't have a silenced weapon, so people are going to know where you're at every time that you're firing this actual weapon. So make sure you guys are staying back, not camp, because if you camp, eventually people are going to discover your position. But you want to make sure you're playing very, very smart. Take your time and always aim down the sights with this weapon, because remember, you don't have quick draw, and this weapon's fire rate is not the greatest. It does shoot fairly slow, guys. So you want to make sure you're aiming down sights at all times and just take it easy, and then eventually that'll lead you to getting a lot of kills. So now with that said, I just want you guys to keep that in mind, and we're going to go ahead and get into these perks. So for the secondary, lethal, and tactical parts of this class setup, we have nothing there because as we know, each of these slots will give us an additional perk, so therefore we will have 3 additional perks for our perk slots. So the first perk coming up is Ready Up. Ready Up is a must. If you guys are in the situation where you got to pick between a 1-point perk and you only have one option, always go for Ready Up. Ready Up is going to allow you to get so many more gunfights, one, because it's going to increase your awareness, because obviously it allows you to pull up your weapon quicker, at least to the hip fire stance. And if you guys recall, as I just told you a few seconds ago, this weapon has a very slow fire rate, so enabling Ready Up in your perk slots, it's going to allow you to obviously be a little bit quicker with the weapon and be able to shoot people quicker than if you don't have the actual Ready Up perk. Alright, so the next perk we have up is Stalker, and I would probably say this is the most addicting perk in the game just because it is so easy to aim down the sights and just straight from left to right, and it always helps you become a better player as far as avoiding bullets a lot easier. If you have bad aim for a certain situation or gunfight, this perk also allows you guys to rearrange your aim. If you guys didn't see my how to aim video, I'll make sure to put that in the description below as well. Another thing that the perk Stalker does, a lot of people don't really realize it, is it allows you to get triple kills, double kills a lot easier, because if you don't have Stalker and you have 2-3 people coming at you, you can't really straight from left to right as quick, so you're going to be a lot easier to kill. So therefore Stalker is a perk that allows you to get multi-kills a lot more frequently than if you did not have the perk. So Takedown is the next perk up. And of course, as we all know, Takedown allows us to kill enemies without revealing their death locations. And you might ask, yeah, but you don't have a silenced weapon. People can still see where you're at. But then again, you'd be surprised because there are so many players out there that don't ever look at their minimaps. So therefore, that's how you can actually rely on Takedown. Some players rely on Takedown and don't rely on their minimap, when obviously it should be the other way around. So next up, we have Dead Silence. As I said, Dead Silence is a must. It obviously gives you, silent footsteps. But you must be aware they actually put it back how it used to be in the beginning of the Call of Duty Ghost series when it came out, that Amplify could actually hear your footsteps. So now Amplify can still hear dead silent footsteps. They had taken it out, but I believe that now they put it back. So you gotta still be aware for those guys that have Amplify, which comes into play with the next perk that's coming up in the list, which is Amplify itself, and it obviously allows us to hear footsteps louder. And if I'm not mistaken, when you have Amplify and dead silence together, you literally like minimize your friendly footsteps. You know, you can't really hear the footsteps from your teammates, and it brings up the footsteps from the actual, you know, enemy teammates. So whenever you hear footsteps when you're running these two combination of perks, you already know that there's somebody nearby, because if you hear footsteps, they're most likely not going to be friendly footsteps. But obviously you want to make sure you're always looking at your minimap just to double check. So obviously if you guys have the ability to run these two perks together, make sure you do so. If you have a good headset, guys, you got to make sure that you have a surround sound headset. If you don't, it'll still work. You guys will still be able to hear footsteps. You just won't be able to know what direction the footsteps are coming from. So then the next perk we have up is Focus. Focus is the #1 perk in the game, no doubt. It allows you to aim down the sight, and if you're getting shot while doing so, you know, you won't flinch as much, so your aim will always be as accurate as can be. So if you're one of those players who has trouble, you know, getting kills from So if you're one of those players who is, you know, having a little bit of trouble getting kills from long range distances and is frequently getting killed in gun battles, just check if you don't have Focus. If you don't have Focus, then this might be the actual reason why you're getting killed so many times. Guys, Focus helps you out so much that it's probably my favorite perk in the entire games. I run it in all my classes, and if you see a lot of good players, they will too. So guys, make sure if you're not running Focus, make sure to put that, you know, up in the list in your perk slots. So next up here we have the strike package for the actual kill streaks. I simply put the SATCOM, the guard dog, and the battle hind for a particular reason. As you guys can see, I don't have a silenced weapon, so I put the SATCOM just so it can always give me kind of like a bird's eye view on the minimaps to make sure that I'm having, you know, a little bit of an idea of where people are at. And, you know, and mixing this up with Amplify and dead silence, it's obviously a deadly combination. But then again, guys, this class setup is completely customizable. I'm just giving you guys somewhat of what works best for me, so you guys can feel free to change up a few things. If you did, please feel free to drop a comment in the section below letting me know what it is that you guys changed. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please feel free to drop a like, and for those of you guys who are new to my channel, subscribe for more daily content. My name's HollowPoiint, and I'll see you guys in the next video.